welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me. I'm so excited. This is my first time doing acrylic press-ons, and that's why that set is looking a little crazy, but for it to be my first set, I think I did an incredible job. Pat on my back, hey. Now I know what you're thinking. Who is this girl coming on camera with these raggedy hands? I know my nails are busted, my hands are ashy. I have been working really hard on my nails and was just like, let me start filming. I'm the type of person who's a bit of a perfectionist, and if things don't look aesthetically pleasing to my eyes, they'll never get up. They'll never get up. Nobody will get to see it but me, and I had to get out of that. I'm like, I need to create this YouTube channel. I need to practice. I feel like this is a good way for me to have accountability and learn at the same time, and so I'm excited to start this journey. Once again, this is my first acrylic set. I did these for Valentine's Day. I'm kind of explaining the nails a bit. So let's start with these two right here with the initials D and K. My boyfriend wanted me to do his initials on my nails. I told him do a Valentine's Day set, and I showed him actually that first nail that I showed y'all, and he was like, I don't care unless it got my initials. So I was like, you know what? Let me use this as a great reason to practice drawing on nails, which I had never done. So yes, the lines are a bit shaky, the nails are a bit bulky, but this is my first set and it's only up from here. And once again, excuse my nails. I popped those nails off, so I still have some glue and top coat on because I try to do the top coat method where you like put the top coat on and then glue on top, and some of it came off, some of it's on. And then I've been working on acrylic nails for a couple of days now because this did not happen very quickly. And so my hands are a mess. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of imperfections with my nails when it comes to the shaping and bulkiness and consistency. But once again, I'm super proud of these nails, and that's why I'm showing them. I really wish I could have done them on camera, but I really didn't know what I wanted to do, and I was just practicing, and some of the nails didn't even make it. I had to redo it because it didn't fit my hand, and so on and so forth. And I was just like, I want to wear these for Valentine's Day. Let me just get them done. Now, the funny thing about this Hug Me now is that is my thumbnail for my right hand, and like, imagine trying to read that. Like, it's completely backwards. The hug and me should be swapped. But it's okay. Like I said, lessons learned. Like, I didn't even realize it until after it was done and I started gluing on my nail, and I was like, oh my God, this is backwards. But I don't care. I'm gonna rock them anyway. And the other thing, if you see my other thumbnail, okay, this is my abstract design. I love it. But my other thumbnail was so extremely bulky. It was insane how bulky it was. And the funny thing is, I didn't have the right drill bits to get a lot of the bulk out of the nails. So that's why, what I mean by inconsistency, some of them, especially that thumbnail, was just way too bulky for me to get it down. So this is my first time doing a voiceover on this video, on a video like this. I wish that I had kept the audio in this video, but I had to cut a lot of dead space out. So therefore, what I'm saying is not matching up with the video, and it would be too hard for it to match up. But as you can see, I'm showing each individual nail, and you can see them closer and see kind of the imperfections, and I'm kind of, you know, pointing them out, like things that I need to work on. Like I said, I'm a work in progress. I'm a work in progress, and it's only up from here. So I hope you guys are excited to be coming along on this journey with me. A little bit about me. Like I said, I'm really into nails. I actually have my cosmetology license, and I went to cosmetology school to get my license because I wanted to do hair. I didn't want to work in a salon. I really wanted to work on wigs. But as time went on, I'm just like, wigs are just too much work for me. I didn't love it anymore. And yes, I have no problem making my own, but I don't want to make a business out of it, which was initially the goal. So 2020 pandemic, end of the year, and I was like, oh my God, I should have been doing my nails this whole time. So I just bought some nail stuff and started doing my nails. I tried and failed miserably at acrylic, and then I just started doing gel and Gel X and kind of perfected that. I recently was like, I really want to do acrylic. I want to do acrylic so bad. And so once again, this is my first acrylic set that I worked on. This is my first time drawing on the nails and everything. So besides that, I was living in New York with my boyfriend, and we moved. We were in Senegal, Africa for a month. And then we came back home to New York where we were living, and literally had about 10 days to pack up and move to LA. We still have our place in New York, but we're also in LA. So I had to pack as much nail stuff as I could. He had his car shipped, and I put, I think, two suitcases, like 2 carry-on size suitcases worth of nail stuff in his car. We arrived February 1st, 2023, and his car didn't arrive until like 2 days ago. And today is like, what, the 16th? Today is February 17th. So I had to purchase a few things to even get started. I did these nails before all my stuff got here, and I didn't have a lot of things. I didn't have acetone, I didn't have alcohol, I had nothing to wash and clean off the nails, I had nothing to dust the nails. I just had a few things that I had got from a class that I took. So I took this class from Glam House. It was a beginners to acrylic class, 2-day class, $350. Basically, like I said, I really wanted to learn acrylics, and for me, I'm a very visual person, but hands-on. I wanted to go into a class, somebody look at what I'm doing, tell me what I'm doing wrong, and help me. And me taking that 2-day class, it helped me understand a little bit more what I was doing wrong with acrylic. I'm still not perfect at it. I still, well, number one, the first thing I was doing was applying way too much acrylic and making it super bulky, like that big thumbnail you see there. But besides that, I just wasn't doing the right technique. So I picked up a couple of things, and I decided right after I got out of that class, I need to practice. So I practiced with what I had. The class gave us a nail kit, and it had like a drill in it, drill bits. Drill bits were horrible, honestly. Like, I couldn't do no real like filing shaping with those drill bits. And then I also purchased a few things, but I just practiced. And literally, this was my practice set. I worked until I got it decent so that I can put it on my hands and walk out the house and wear those nails. And I definitely got compliments. I'm so excited that I did, I've gotten compliments on all of my nails that I've done when I've done like gel and stuff. And sometimes I'm like, y'all really? But really, you like this? Because I'll be like, it's not that great, but I'm going to wear it because, once again, I'm practicing. I didn't do this for nothing, so I'm wearing them, And this is kind of like my passion project and something that I want to do long term as a business. So I'm now getting into that. I'm trying to have several sources of income, okay? I'm not trying to be out in this world struggling. So therefore, I'm like, this is going to be another source of income for me, but it's also something that I love and enjoy. Now back to these thumbnails. Like I said, this thumbnail is so bulky. I'm going to show it right here. Look at how much acrylic I used to get that thumbnail on. And it's so crazy. I have a video of me wearing these nails, and I swear when I look back at the video, all I saw was that thumb. Like, the nails are really long, and I'm not used to long nails, but that thumb looked gigantic. Okay, so now that we got that out the way, we're going to talk about what I'm actually going to be doing in real time in this video, which is a more basic, simple, and short acrylic set. I'm using like a nude cover acrylic. I'm using these 3XL square tips. I got them on Amazon. I'll definitely have them in my Amazon store. So I'll put the link down in the bio. I actually really like these tips so far. This is my second set using them, so of course I'm not like an expert on like, oh, these are the best and what I don't really have anything to compare it to, but I really like them. They're working for me. So this video is going to be a bit sped up because there's a lot going on here. I'll slow down when or if I need to, but I'm definitely going to speed it up. So I got everything basically I'm using is from Amazon, I believe so, including the little magnetic nail forms that I'm using. I hate with a passion this nail putty stuff that came with it. It is horrible. If you look at the little nail forms, you could see that the the stuff is stuck on it. I can't even get it all off. It's so hard to get out from the nail, but yet when I'm filing, when I'm putting acrylic on the nails, when I'm doing anything to those nails, the nails are falling off. So they are not good for what I'm doing at all, but they did come with a set, so I'm going to use it for now. I was watching someone else's YouTube channel. I think it was Presson's by Val, Presson Slayed by Val, and she was talking about Gorilla Glue putty. So I'm definitely going to try that because this putty is just horrible. Like, I cannot take it. Also, my apologies for not being on screen while I'm sizing the nails to my fingers. I am new to this. I'm trying to continuously see if I'm on screen, but sometimes I just forget and I'm like rolling through things. And then also, I only did one hand on camera. The other one I did off camera because it's the exact same thing. There were a lot of lessons learned doing this set for sure. For one, I didn't make sure that all the nails were even when I cut them. I just kind of eyeballed it. I knew it was off and I decided, oh, I'll just fix it at the end, which was a big mistake because it ended up being more work because once the acrylic was on it, I had to cut it down with my e-file and then the tops looked very wide. And it was just like, had I cut it and made it even from the beginning, I would not have had to do this. And remember, I'm doing a full set. I'm just not doing the other hand on camera. So the other hand I had cut shorter. And after I cut that shorter, I didn't recut these. I was just like, I'll fix it later. So yeah, just a note to any other beginner out there. It is better to do it right the first time than to have to do more work later. Now the acrylic I'm using, I got it from Amazon. I do not know how to pronounce this. Modelones, I don't know because I can't even see it right now. But I used that. I also got me some Mia Secret clear acrylic powder. Just a bigger jar of it to use to cover over the over the nude acrylic. My nude acrylic jar is like 0.35 ounces. Did I know that when I ordered it? No, because I did not read. I just saw that I was getting 16 colors and I was like, yay, great, something to start with. And then I got it and I was like, oh my God, I need to read these things. I always forget to read the size. So that's why I definitely went back, ordered the Mia Secret clear acrylic, because I'm like, with these little baby powders, I have to, it is a must to put the Mia Secret over it and use as little acrylic as I can. This is the monomer I'm using. I got it from my classic glam house. I don't know what kind of monomer that is. I feel like it doesn't even say their name on it. This monomer is extremely strong. And I know monomers are strong, but I heard there's some odorless ones or maybe light odor. I don't know. But if anybody already uses a great monomer that the smell is not crazy, please, please, please leave it in the comments. I really need to try to find a different monomer for sure. This is not a monomer I want to use long term. I want to use it out because I paid for it, but I do not want to get it again. It's way too strong for me. I'm working right now in an Airbnb because once again, we moved out to LA. We did not get an apartment yet because we may only be here for 6 months. So we're renting an Airbnb for at least 2 months as of now. And I have to open all the windows. I have to turn the AC on. I actually have the door open, which has a screen door over it. And then I have a little mini heater that I put at my feet so I can be warm. Like, it's way too much going on. Oh, and when I wear a mask, the smell is still coming through the mask. So, and I don't want to wear a mask, honestly. I know you should because of all the chemicals, just like I should be wearing gloves because of all the chemicals. And I will at some point with the gloves, but I would just really like to have a lighter, a not so smelly monomer. Okay, so now we are at the application part. The bead I first picked up, I was like, oh, this looks a little dry, and I had to like just dip my brush in the monomer and wet it a bit, and it just started to form nicely. Sorry, I'm a little bit off camera. I do know that I adjust myself pretty soon. One thing I know for sure that I still have to work on with my technique is not wasting the acrylic. Like, look at my paper towel already, how much acrylic is there wiped off. and it doesn't need to be. If I would just stop wiping so hard, it wouldn't come off so much. So my workstation gets extremely dirty while doing this. Like, wait till y'all see how that paper towel is at the end. It's insane how much acrylic was wasted on that paper towel. And then I also end up getting my monomer dirty pretty quickly because I have so much of the acrylic on and in the brush. And that's something else I don't understand that's happening. I'm like, why is my brush so dirty so fast? And so on and so forth. So yeah, these are just things I have to work on. And I know with time I will get better. Just right now, I'm just like, oh my God, I can't wait to get there already. I can't wait to be better already. So please, for any of you who are not new to this and know what you're doing with acrylic and you have any tips for me, I welcome them so much. Oh, so I'm showing the account that I watch. So I binge watch YouTube channels while I do nails, YouTube nail channels, because it's like inspiration kind of puts me in that work mode. It's something I'm aspiring to. So the channel I just showed was Portia Nailed It. I love her channel. I don't know what happened. I think I typed in like acrylic application like beginners or something like that, and her channel popped up and I watched one video, and then I just kept it rolling, and now I'm hooked. I love her. Please, if you do not know who she is, check her out. She drops a lot of gems. She's really dope with her artwork and the way her nails come out. And like I said, it's a good inspiration if you're a beginner. If you're not a beginner, I just feel like it's good to kind of see people's work and get inspired. Like, when you're in a creative field, you have to keep the inspiration going. So I like to watch her for inspiration. A lot of the things she does it's motivating me to continue to work at this acrylic nail thing and just nails in general, because I want to be at that level and then I want to surpass that level, So I know the only way I can do that is to keep practicing, and to also see what other people are doing in the industry, so that I know what's going on, and to get inspired and stay inspired. Also, this is the best acrylic application I've ever done. Yes, I know this is my second acrylic application. Well, it's not really my second, but it's the second one after taking that class. And it's nice and thin. This may be the thickest nail I do, but it's so much more thinner than any of my nails have ever been in the past. And look at that big glob of acrylic. This is what I mean about just wasting acrylic. I was so annoyed. And I should have and could have picked it up, but I was like, I didn't want it to be bulky. I'm so scared of making the nails bulky because that is my number one issue when it comes to doing this. So I just went ahead and wasted it, unfortunately. But with that tiny 0.35 ounce that I have in that little tiny jar, none needs to be wasted at all. I also think that bead I just picked up was way too big for that small nail, because once again, I just need the nude color that I'm using to be thin, and then I'm going to put acrylic over it. So I'm going to go ahead and just let the video play for now. If there's anything I want to comment on, I will do so then. And I'm going to try to find some cool music that I won't have copyright issues with to play in the background. So enjoy the video. Once again, I am so open to tips. And if you have a YouTube channel and, I'm not saying you have to write a book in my comments, but you can even just drop your YouTube channel. If you're a nail person, trust me, I will binge watch it. I'm sure it'll be beneficial to me. So I heard about when you do acrylic press-ons about shrinking the press-on size. So once again, watching, I think this one was Portia Nailed It channel. She had tips about how not to shrink the acrylic press-ons, and I'm just going really lightly at the base because of course I don't need an apex on this. It is a full cover nail, so there's no need for an apex. I don't have to load it on at towards the top. So I'm just trying to do it nice and thin. And then for me, I realized even with that huge bulky thumb that I showed y'all before on my Valentine's Day set, as long as I don't foul away underneath the nail at the point where it has to go over my nail or the sides of that part of the nail, the press-on does not shrink. I think for some people it's shrinking probably because you're just fouling the hell out of the base of the nail, which I did on like 2 of my press-ons for my Valentine's Day set, and I had to redo those. And I was like, oh, I fouled on them way too much, and they still fit, but it wasn't covering from sidewall to sidewall. It was a little too snug, and I was just like, once again, this is a practice set. Let me redo these before I invest too much time in them once I realized that I had, shrunk them, so to speak. So now I have applied my nude, and I'm about to go over it with the Mia Secret Clear. I had to flip my napkin over because that acrylic, the acrylic on it was crazy. Another thing I noticed too while doing my sets, like, there was so much lint getting into my acrylic, getting on my brush, getting everywhere. Like, it is so important to be sanitary, but also to just keep your workspace clean because, example, when I am doing these for other people, I do not want to have to pick lint out and have dust and everywhere in their sets. Also, before starting with the clear, I switched my monomer out. So I filled both of those with monomer because I dirty the monomer up so quickly. I don't know if you actually paid attention to that monomer, but at one point it was like literally turning like lavender. It was turning like a pinkish purple because of all of the nude acrylic that was in it. So I made sure that I switched it out, switched sides of it. I switched it all together for the clear because I used both sides just to do both hands. I've definitely had some really lumpy, bumpy acrylic nails and had to file the hell out of them because of the way I was applying the acrylic and then dragging it right back out of the spot I put it in. So I'm definitely better on this, but I still need some work with that. But I also kept checking all sides of the nail to just try to make sure that it was all even, so that when I get to filing, it's not too much work. So I feel like, once again, this is the best I have done when in comparison to my Valentine's Day set versus this set. This set was way less bulky and more even all around. So I was, once again, very proud of myself for that. I was like, oh my gosh, this is my second set and I've already improved dramatically. Like, it's crazy how much I improved. I so wish I would have filmed the Valentine's Day set for you guys. I really would, so that you can really see that I started from the bottom. Now I'm here. I ain't the top. I'm not at the top, but I started from the gutter with that first set. And I already know it's only up from here. Hey. So you know how acrylic is very runny when it's cold and it dries a lot quicker when it's hot. I learned that in class, but also watching other people's YouTube channels. And I realized from class, because it was freezing cold and it just kept running and running and running, it actually helped me to be a little quicker with the acrylic and maneuver it better versus when I'm at home and it's hotter and it moves slower and I literally am just like keeping the nail in one spot. I'm like, oh shoot, I need to move it. Like when it was running, I knew I had to act quick, and once it wasn't running, I didn't act as quick. So that was something I realized I actually preferred when it was running a little more. However, I feel like it's good to know how to use the acrylic in either situation. Okay, so to what I'm currently doing, I am filing and shaping and getting these nails looking even better. I finished with covering with the clear acrylic, and now I'm just going to shape and file and do my best to get a really good finish on these nails. So I do have an e-file. I do not like the bits that are on it that came with it. I do have my own bits with my previous e-file that I had, but I was waiting for them to come in this car. So I didn't have them yet. And the cool thing also about taking that class is I learned how to use a regular file, how to hand file nails. And I didn't know that before. And I actually prefer it. So that's the crazy thing. I actually prefer hand filing versus the e-file. But you best believe, now that my e-file is here, I will be doing both. I will be sometimes working with just the e-file, and sometimes I'll be working with the regular file, with the hand file. Just because I want to be good at both of them. I don't want to neglect one, and then when or if ever I need to use the other one, I'm like, oh shoot, I don't know how to use it, or I'm not that good with it, you know? So I feel like I don't want to stay in the comfort zone. I want to excel in all areas of this nail business, and so therefore I want to use different techniques that there are and try to do my best to perfect them. All right, that's enough talking. I'm gonna let you watch this. Pretty self-explanatory, right? And then we're gonna get to the finish, which, I mean, all I did was put a clear top coat on it, but I mean, there's a couple of snags in there, especially when I had to cut the nails down. So keep watching. I'm gonna put this music on. Now, I went ahead and put this video of me filing in real time just because I'm like, so you can kind of see what I'm doing. I am going underneath the nail to get that extra acrylic that may be there, but I'm not going to work shrinking the nail. Like, I'm making sure that I'm just getting that extra, and then I stop. I go on the sides and I make sure I'm getting that extra, and then I stop. So I just wanted to show you like the speed I'm going at, because I know I sped it up before and it looks kind of crazy, but I'm not going too fast or anything. I'm trying to do my best to stay straight on the nail when I'm on the sides. And yeah, this is basically how I file. I'm gonna cut the filing part short because I don't want this video to be too crazy long. Like, it's a basic acrylic set, you know? Like, it's nothing exciting going on when it comes to putting designs on the nails or anything. So I'm just going to go ahead, and after I'm finished with this nail, I will cut straight to me cutting the nails even, probably. I think I have that on video. y'all see what I mean with this raggedy nail putty BS? It's a hot mess. It's so frustrating. Then I end up just holding the nail with my 2 fingers instead of the whole base that it's on. Like, it's ridiculous. Ugh, horrible. I'm filing. Yes, indeed, I'm filing. Heyyyyy, keep filing. Same old nail, because I can't help myself, so I'm filing. Like, I know y'all like 10 minutes on this same nail. I know, and that's exactly why I'm not putting the rest of them, because I got issues. I'm a file and file and file again. Now imagine if this was a thick nail. I'm filing for hours. I'm filing, going to sleep, waking up in the morning, sitting back at the table to file again. Like, that's how long it take when you do the acrylic too thick. So, yeah. All right, we're going to move on. So here are all the nails filed. I'm about to buff them, I believe. But as you can see, my shaping still needs some work. It's a little bulbous, that's the word, right? On some of the sides. So I'm going to continue to work on that, but I'm just still happy that the application is not hella bulky. Here I pull out both hands and you see the inconsistency with the cut of them. My thumb is significantly shorter than, well, one thumb is significantly shorter than the other, and that wasn't the only nail. In the end, I believe my ring finger, yeah, because I'm looking at it now, I still got them on. So my ring finger that I put on, my middle finger nail that I put on my right hand was so short. It was so short to the point where it is the shortest nail I have. I didn't cut any more of them that short. And I was just like, this gonna have to do, because I ain't got time, because I ain't want it to be this short. Like, I want it to be short, but not this short. So I left that one alone. But the other ones are pretty much the same length and look a lot better. So like I was saying before, once I started drilling into this nail, the top of the nail became so wide. And it's like, that's why I should have cut it ahead of time, because I put the acrylic on it and then the ends are more narrow. And then it's like, once I cut that acrylic off, the tops, I'm calling it the ends. Okay, the part that goes by my cuticle, I'm calling the base. The ends or the top, I'm calling the part that hangs off off my nail base. So that part became wide. So it's like my shaping is not what I wanted it to be. It's a little wide at the top and a little slimmer at the bottom. But once again, it's fine. I still like the way it came out. I just know for future, I will make sure that I cut them before I apply any acrylic, any gel, anything. I'm going to cut them. I'm going to make sure they're even, and then I'm going to start applying, because this was extra time that I did not need to. This was time wasted, basically. I took extra time to cut these nails down with the e-file. Oh, and by the way, that's a good nail bit that I have there. I got it off Amazon and it came before I finished this video, and that's why I used it to cut. I wouldn't actually use that to shape because it's one of those coarse drill. It's a 5-in-1, but it's coarse. So I wouldn't need coarse to shape my nails when they're this thin. I would only need it if it was a bulky nail. At least that's what I would assume anyway. So yeah, I just used that to cut, and it made it look hella wide after. It's like crazy. But regardless, all in all, I still like it. I'm gonna stop talking and y'all can just watch. Don't believe me, just watch. Okay, so now it's time for me to clean up a messy station. Doing nails is so messy. That's why you have to make sure you just clean throughout the process and after every stage. Even this is supposed to be a clean station, and there's like glitter and rhinestones and dust and whatever, but I'm going to get better and better as time goes on with a better method, and just trying to minimize the mess. All right, so now I'm back to buffing all the nails, and then the next thing to do would be the top coat, which is a clear, shiny coat, and then I'll be inserting the final results soon. So I'm gonna cut to that now. Oh, and one more thing, I completely forgot. So my lamp was not here yet. It was riding along in the car. So you see these little LED flashlights or UV flashlights. That's what I use to cure my nails. So I have my top coat and base coat right there, which I do not need a base coat whatsoever. And then I'm going to cure each nail with the flashlights. Then we'll get into the final result. And another thing, I did not use those flashlights. That's what I was using before. So on my Valentine's Day set, I used those little flashlights. I completely forgot. My package came where I actually, my package did come while I was doing these nails, so I was able to use like that drill bit that I was talking about earlier. But then also the car came. And so when the car came, I took my nail stuff out and I dug out my lamp, and I used that to cure the nails. So I completely forgot I didn't use the flashlights in these, but I showed them because that's what I was using before. because at the end of the day, you want to get something done, you got to get it done. So I purchased those for a temporary fix because I knew I had 2 nail lamps coming in the car, but I needed to be able to cure my nails so that I can still practice nails after taking that class and still like just make sure that I'm retaining the information I just learned, because there's no point in taking a class to learn a new skill or to perfect a skill and then you don't work on it after. If you don't work on it after, you're going to be stuck in the same place you were before. Okay, so I'm just making sure that my top coat is cured properly. So that's why I'm touching it. I know sometimes when it's not all the way cured or it's not cured on the sides, it's a little sticky. So that's basically what I'm checking for right there. I am now prepping my own nails to put these nails on. So of course buffing it. I said I have a lot of old polish from doing the top coat method on my nails. So I was just prepping it for application. I will say this, doing this on camera is so hard. It's like you have to make sure you stay in camera, you stay on focus, in focus. Presentation is key. Like I have a very messy station right now. It's like it's bugging me, but it's just like shout out to everybody who has their ish together right now with doing this. Like if you already been doing this and you got it together. And for those who are like me, you may be, around the same area I am, just starting and trying to figure it all out. Shout out to you for just doing this, because I know a lot of people who want to start YouTube channels or want to start something or try something different in their life, and they're procrastinating. They're making excuses for the reasons why they can't start because everything's not perfect. I used to be one of those people. And shout out for you for just doing it. Like, that's like a dope thing to start and to stay consistent and to just put yourself out there for the world to see and give it your all. Like, it's an amazing thing. It's an amazing thing for sure. So shout out to y'all. I'm happy to be a part of that club now, and I can't wait to share more videos with y'all. I'm definitely have some ideas written out already, and I'm gonna show y'all all the stuff I got. Like, I have so much nail stuff, and to say, like I said, I want this to be a business, a press-on nail business, amongst other things that will just be more so the start of it. Well, actually, the start of it is my YouTube, is this practice and, being and staying consistent. That's the start of it. Then it's moving on to press-ons and so on and so forth. But I have so many things that I'm going to be sharing with you guys, and I'm going to be working on so much, and I just can't wait to look at a year from now and be like, the growth was growthing. Like, yes. Okay, so the first night, I always start with okay, so let me stop that. Let me try to stop that now. Look, now I can't even think. Hot mess. Anyway, so I was editing this video maybe even a week ago. Like, wait a minute. Today is, come on, phone. Oh, the 27th. Remember I said this is the 17th. So 10 days ago, I was editing this video, and I'm just now getting around to putting the finishing touches on it because life was lifing. It happens, and I had to put it on pause as far as the editing process. That night, I was getting really tired, and I was just like, let me stop and just continue this tomorrow. And then, like I said, life was life, and after that, so it took me 10 days to get back to this. And the reason why I'm even finishing this edit right now, because I've already done since then 2 more sets, is because I'm running out of space. And I'm like, let me finish this video so I can delete all the footage, all the unedited footage, so that I can make room for more stuff. Because I literally am sitting here at my nail desk about to do a new set and realize I have no space to do a new set. So with all that being said, I had done voiceovers for certain parts, and when you cut stuff out of the video, the voiceovers slide back and you don't even realize you have them. And now I'm arriving at the end and I'm like, oh shoot, I already did voiceovers. Guess what? I deleted those. It is what it is. Everything now is basically really self-explanatory. Ooh, and I like it. saying. And I like it. Thank you so much for watching my video, guys. I truly appreciate it. Be sure to subscribe, to hit those post notification buttons, and to share, to like, to comment. And I'll see you next time. Thank you for tuning in. And I like it, and I like it, and I like it, and I like it, 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 I like it.